Hello and welcome back to Severed Sons Presents Rolling in the Netherdeep. We're excited to bring you a brand new tale of adventure in the lands of Wildmount and Marquette. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have...
Hey everybody, this is Bill, and I'll be playing Orgoth Skullcrusher.
Skipping Laphus. Hi, I'm Ross, and I'm playing Wilvan Grandmane.
He's not here. Hey everyone, this is Jaime and I'm playing North.
Oh, I say we miss you, Laphus. Miss you, Jaiden, but we'll have you next time. I know you're having fun out in Vegas, so have fun. Anyway, let's go around. We got some North fans in the chat right now. I
freaking
yeah.
I promoted in a
isn't a
few
North
places. So hi people.
If everyone is ready, let's begin today's episode of Rolling in the Netherdeep, episode 63, The Tower of Memory. Last time, Wilvan returned, and Laphus told him all about the research he had been doing on contract law and infernal spiral tattoos. Wilvan and North spoke to a gnomish solicitor priest of Arathis, the lawbearer, named Father Egon Templesimple. The one of the last items on your to-do list while you're in the guided district involves speaking to someone from the Sentinels of Memory. As you were entering the Sentinels Tower, the ground opened up beneath Laphus's feet, and she heard like somebody was talking to her, and she fell in, the portal swallowing her up and she let out a single loud expletive.
As
You can say it was fuck.
It was it was an F-bomb. That's for sure. You hear the gravelly voice coming from inside the tower as you're about to enter. What's going on out there?
Just a second. I'm gonna pop the favorite few group chat.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, you all right?
I'm fine. I'll try to get back ASAP. She sounded a little panicky.
She's fine.
You don't think that like these guys in here did that, right? Like this, are we walking into a trap?
I mean, this guy didn't seem like he knew what was going on.
Okay. All right. Well,
Alright, just stay on target, on guard.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go inside.
Oop.
We're going to... Wilvan's having some technical issues.
Yeah, we have some technical issues.
Let's...
Freezing so bad for me. My internet is so freaking unstable right now. I'm gonna check him.
Okay.
Pump it up.
Pump it up, yeah.
Pump it up.
Let me put the... let me find it.
Do we have the Muppet?
I've got to put the Muppet up.
I'm gonna go see Puppet Up, by the way.
Puppet up? Oh, that's going to be so cool.
That is like amazing. For people that don't know, out here in Los Angeles at the Jim Henson Studios, they do live adult shows with different Muppets and stuff. And so it's like you go and you have little snacks and drinks and watch a live Muppet show. Not like the Muppets, but Muppets. That apparently is very, very blue and very hilarious. So
I love. They used to do a show on TBS. We're waiting for Wilvan to come back.
Hopefully, fingers
Testing.
I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah,
there we go.
I feel like whenever I have my video on, it gets really freaking choppy.
I bet you're...
So if I go, then that's why.
Got it. Okay.
But if you need me to just stay gone, I can do that too.
It's okay. Either way, I've got the puppet currently up right now, but I can take him down right now.
There we go.
Yeah. Are you frozen?
Is it make it hard when I'm here if the puppet's up, so I can just go?
Yeah, I think
there's
if it makes
delay.
it easier for you, like us to hear you, and you hear us, video does take a lot of bandwidth. So I think what's
sorry,
happening.
Y'all. Sorry, listeners, and I'm gonna peace, but I'll be here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Puppet time. Okay.
Damn.
Also, thank you to these puppets Jaiden
thank
drew the
God.
puppets, and Bill put together the little video. If you watch them, they
He's-
kind of do things sometimes. So, anyway,
Except for Norse. Norse is just. Eh.
North sends stealth mode. Um,
Basically.
I'll have to add some stuff to yours. I forgot that I didn't do anything.
okay.
All right.
It was just so last minute.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, but you're always here, so that's like why.
Yeah, it's just that one time when you did it, I had COVID, and it was just like day of. Yeah.
Okay, so this tower. Let me describe the tower. This tower, it's leaning to the Tower of Memory. It's leaning to one side, and it's like these ivory bricks, and there's vines growing up and down the tower itself, and kind of cracking in, like grows into the tower. There's like a sign that's half torn down that just has the 4 letters on it: COND, and it looks like if somebody just ripped it off the wall. There's like gravel, the grass has grown up to almost waist height around it, and you head inside, and the tower is definitely like on the smaller side, and there's a spiral staircase going along the walls up, and you see a dusty room, and there's this elderly elf standing behind a desk. And he kind of sees you, and you see he has a sword on the desk right in front of him, and a dagger, like 2 daggers on the desk in front of him too. And he looks at all of you.
Do they look any red?
Make a perception check.
Straight roll, let's fucking go. Ooh, that is a 19.
19. You do not see any rudium.
Thank you. That was what I was looking for.
He is an elderly, an elven man. Long, kind of gray, stringy hair kind of comes down and down his chest. He's wearing what appears to be like a padded set of armor that looks like he just hastily got it on.
It's not tied on one side.
Yeah, it's not tied on one side. And he's like, looks at all of you and says, so, what do you want?
Well, first, we need you to make sure. I need to know that this place isn't trapped because you don't keep it very nice. So I want you to walk towards us. Prove to us that you can be trusted.
You're the ones coming into where I live.
We're kind of the ones who are coming in.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
I
this
don't
place.
trust you. Let's just say that, and you remember at the end of last week, he did yell out, "Boys, hold your fire."
Oh yeah, I'm looking for boys.
Make a perception check.
We're doing all right. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You do see holes in the ceiling above. It's like the wooden floor and the beams are like so old and cracked that there's naturally just like slots and slits in between the wood beams, and you can kind of see like motion and shadows.
Okay.
There's people up there. Somebody could definitely fire something down through the cracks.
He'll respond then, and he'll be like, "Fair enough. Sorry, we've had our fair share of people coming at us. You understand? I'm
People
sure."
a little bit jumpy these days, fighting right in the middle of the street.
Yeah, we've been caught in the middle of that, actually. So that was... What, yesterday?
He looks over at Orgoth and is like, "Yep, it's all over the papers. You know, the champion being attacked in the street."
Yeah, well, that was not a good decision on their part. I saw that the End of Order already had caught them.
So you said something about a drow friend that you have an acquaintance with?
An acquaintance with? You said that he did something very, very bad, and I would like to know everything about that.
Well, what brings you to me?
Well, conversation, maybe information that could be interesting for you. Have you been in contact with Cerberus Assembly recently?
No. Why would they have anything to do with
I would like to check if I trust this man.
Make an insight check.
Oh shit, it's at disadvantage, wait. Okay, still 13.
13. He says, well, you think he's definitely holding something back, but you're not sure if it's a lie or not.
Oh, you've been in contact? You know they're in the city, something? They've asked something of you?
Well, let's just say that our goals do align.
Do they? What do you know about them?
I know that they're a bunch of mages from the Empire. I know that they're looking to get some information about the city down below.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also... What do you know about us?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Jack shit.
We know that they've reached out to you at the very least.
Hmm.
Or they're considering it.
The Sentinels of Memory, we believe that Cael Morrow is a prison and should be treated as such.
Prison for who?
That's something that should be forgotten, long, long forgotten.
Well, I can't say that
Do
I
we
don't
do we
agree with
need
that.
to know who? Does it matter? Whatever it is, it's dangerous.
What if they were unjustly imprisoned? If it's a prison, like what if they, bad people were putting good people there for like politics and stuff?
It's something from beyond the time of the calamity.
Like
From
before the calamity.
Before the calamity.
Honestly, considering the influence that I've been feeling a few days ago, I would be inclined to agree with you.
What are you feeling?
Shit. They don't like visitors down there.
It just proves my point.
Yeah. So you've talked to the Cerberus Assembly. What did they ask?
Well, they came to us,
Yes.
and they want to know... They're very curious about the rudium.
Of course they are. What's your standpoint on that?
The rudium is a after effect. It's a sign that we shouldn't be messing with whatever's down there. The Vermilion Dream, who we work with on occasion, believe that the rudium could be something useful, and also that it is as far as I think, they believe that it is the moon, Udius, come to Exandria. They think it's a blessing.
Well,
Like, do you think it's a blessing
We don't
too?
agree.
It is not a blessing. However, to know something is a way to find out information about how to stop it.
knowledge is power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if I told you that last time I heard the Cerberus Assembly asking about this kind of material, it was with weapon in the same sentence.
If this
Not
weapon
as
could be
in small weapon.
if this weapon could be turned against whatever's below, then good.
I don't believe.
But
in a
do you know
throw.
that's not what they're? Yeah, that's not. They're going to do that. They're going to like take it and use it against like whoever the Cerberus Assembly doesn't like. They don't care about the stuff. They don't care about any of that stuff other than what they can get to make something bad.
And as far as I can tell, the Cerberus Assembly does not care about Ank'Harel in the slightest.
Well, they might care if they see the below as a harvesting ground.
What do you know about the Cerberus Assembly? You seem like you have some connections with them?
Not personally. I
He like
know-
met them at a dinner and they were jerks.
I've never been friends with anybody from the Empire.
The most important thing you need to know is that politically they're a danger. Not only to their own kingdom, but to the rest of the world.
So
especially if they get their hands on ruidium.
So you're saying I should be wary of them. If they come to me open arms, wanting to make a deal, then I should push them away.
No, just milk them for all their gold and then misdirect them.
I know they're looking for a way down below.
What did you tell them about the place? Did you give them any descriptions?
That the whole thing is just a trap. The whole thing is just...
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
I'm full on paranoid over
Yeah, make an insight check. Yeah.
I am inclined to believe this man.
It's just whatever's down there is trying to lure all of us down there to aid in its escape.
That's actually a very interesting point.
I don't want to see it rampaging up here, destroying, turning everything into red crystals.
Well, I think we're on the same page there. We don't want to see that either.
What is in the past should stay in the past.
Absolutely.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, people know about it now, so they're not going to forget. It's not going to just go away. Something has to be done about it. Can't just hope that everyone, whoa, I remember there was no, I don't remember that at all. It's like, so if you don't want people that are going to go down there that are going to, I don't know, release a prisoner or whatever it is you think's down there, like, you have to help people that have the same goals as you do, right? That's on the same page.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He says, now listen. So how does Galsariad fit into all of this?
I don't know, his name seems good enough to open that door.
You know who he is.
Oh, he tried to kill me.
Oh. He is a former member of her organization.
I'm aware. What did he do?
He took some proof. Some proof we had of the dangers down below.
So he's just a little petty thief then?
We thought we could trust him. And we thought he would make a good spy in the Vermilion Dream. But something's gotten up his ass. And now he's just disappeared off the face of the planet as far as I can tell.
What did he take from you?
A pendant. red crystal.
Have you all been down there to Cael Morrow?
We have.
Has
We-
Gelsariad?
Gelsariad has been down there, yes.
I have reason to believe that the Cerberus Assembly is only looking for one location. If someone describes to them a specific place down in Cael Morrow, then they can get there immediately. Do you trust Gelsariad not to be that key for them?
I don't think Gelsariad trusts the Cerberus Assembly. Not sure he trusts anybody.
You don't think.
He says, yeah. He says, oh God, sorry, give me a second. He says, Gelsariad has been nothing but a thorn in our side. Switching sides. Not telling what, don't know what side he's on now. Honestly, we put out a hit on him a few weeks ago, but nothing's come of that.
How much for the hit?
1,000 gold.
All right.
The Hand of Ord believes that we are a terrorist organization, and we want nothing more than to protect this city. What's your interest in all this?
I mean, like, same thing, right? Everybody wants to protect the city. Corell's really beautiful, and there's like nice people here. And why would you not want to protect it?
True. But everybody here the people who have their fingers in this particular pie all have their unique reasons for being involved. Money, power.
What if I told
Mystery.
you there's a little voice in my head that tells me to do it?
I'm gonna make a roll for him. He says,
That can come off as batshit crazy.
yeah. He's like, let me ask you this. Have you been down below? Have you been to Cael Morrow?
Yes.
What has this voice been talking to you about?
Has it been talking to you as well?
No. You know, and that makes you a danger if the voice, whatever's down there, whatever's trapped, is giving you messages that makes you and your friends dangerous.
Always was without it.
He's just kind of like narrowing his eyes, looking at you, almost like he's trying to take your measure.
I am very tempted to just give him a little looky around. Give him a little twirl.
Okay. Orgoth, make a perception roll based on the message you just sent me privately.
I know
Sure.
you just met us, but
We lost you for a second, Ross.
Oh no.
Oh no, hope he's still there.
Let's
22.
Come back. Come back.
22. Orgoth, the It looks like there are a couple of strategically placed, like, you could probably bring the whole tower down from the base.
Okay. I'm gonna, like, just while we're talking, I want to move myself to where I've got basically like a straight line
Mm-hmm.
through. Like, I'm sure there's a couple of support beams, so if I have to, I can
Okay.
I just want to be in place.
Okay.
Casual. I'm gonna walk casual.
um,
Oh, there's a thing I can tell you.
what is that?
I don't like what this voice is saying in my head, and I want to bring it down.
Make a persuasion roll.
24.
Okay.
Damn.
He nods.
I was sweating.
You got kind of the impression he had his arms crossed.
Yeah.
That he was about to give a signal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Okay. He
He hasn't.
he has not given it yet. He says. So what do you propose? An alliance?
For now, we're trying to keep the Cerberus Assembly out from that place. For the simple reason that you know how ignorant people just walk into somewhere and trample the flowers and all that jazz. You
I
don't
hear
want
it's a
them
very
to-
beautiful place to visit.
Yeah,
A little bit wet, but
yeah, they're bound to make mistakes. And knowing having a better idea of what's down there compared to them makes us a more sensible choice regarding people to send down there.
he nods. I'm sure that you do not trust us, and we, for fuck's sake, do not trust you.
Oh, that's fucking mutual, yeah.
Trust is a luxury we can't afford. It's out of necessity that we're here, and it's out of necessity that you need to trust us to the best of your ability.
He says, there is a way that I can trust you. It is a little ritual that we undergo as members of the Sentinels of Memory. I will give you permanently one of my memories if you trade one of you gives me permanently one of yours.
It is something that we would forget.
You would forget forever.
Like, do we pick it or?
You would pick it. I have a juicy one picked out for you.
That seems like a fair enough trade, but we've come here, admittedly, without a whole lot of information of who you are, what you stand for. Who are the Sentinels of Memory? Why are you here? Why do you live in this dilapidated tower, living in darkness and secret?
Those are all excellent questions that I wish I could tell you. But you are not one of us.
Okay, I'll do it.
What?
Orgoth.
I'll do it. I mean, if we need the help, we need the help, right?
You'll be one of us.
Okay. What does that? I mean, is there like dues or something? What does that mean? One of you.
No. It just means that you have trusted enough to engage in an exchange of memories, and that you believe in our cause.
And that cause is to protect on Cael and like destroy whatever bad stuff is down there, that kind of thing.
Not necessarily destroy, imprison,
Right, make sure it doesn't get out. Okay,
seal
yeah.
away.
Okay.
We also believe that things in the past should stay in the past. Any sort of what's buried down there. The allegiance
so
of
like
all
what's buried down there? But I
it's-
mean, like history, right? History's in the past. You have to remember history.
There are books for that.
Right. Okay.
There are people who lived it. I am nearly 500 years old. I've lived a lot of history.
Wow. Whoa, that's old. I'm 16.
Oh, so you don't have that many do not have those many memories to choose from.
Right. Well, yeah, but that means they're all precious, right?
It does.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it.
I think at that point, Wilvan kind of just hustles over to Orgoth and like grabs his hand and looks up. Says, "Orgoth, do you understand the sacrifice that you're making?"
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think so. I'm gonna give them a memory that I won't have anymore, and he's gonna give me a memory he won't have anymore. But I'll have it. We'll have each other's memories.
Orgoth, your past, your childhood it's full of happiness. It's full of things that
Well,
you should live.
not entirely full of happiness. Well, then don't forget.
As he kind of like touches his arms where he bears all the scars from being from the crap beat out of him as a kid.
These things made you you.
They're like, and Orgoth looks at North and says, I think I know what I'm doing. It's okay. And he looks at Wilvan. It's okay.
Is it?
And Orgoth will walk forward and say,
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
This will be good. He holds out his hands to you. Take them. He grabs them very tightly. Think of the memory and play it out in your mind. Orgoth, what memory are you going to give up forever?
killing Parker.
How did that make you feel at the time? Like you just, all of the emotions start swirling up in your head.
Fear, doubt, being resolute in the belief that he was doing something that was necessary, and pain, a lot of pain. And Orgoth is okay with not remembering this anymore.
And it's like the memory is swirling around in your brain until it becomes stretched out and intangible. And in its place, you get this memory of him, of Watcher Trask. Make sure, Trask. Underwater, swimming. And there's like this red glow far in front of him. And you see this glowing red eye swim amongst the plants, the underwater plants, the kelp. Giant, huge. And he's afraid. He's terrified. His brain hurts. Headache. And then he flees for his life, swimming, hiding, leaving his friends to die. And suddenly, the images are broken. And you don't remember killing Parker. In fact, you don't remember... Well, yeah, you remember Parker. But the memory of killing him is gone.
And Orgoth is kind of reeling in this very new, fresh memory he has. And he just looks up at Watcher Trask and says,
Cael Morrow.
He not. I was like, I don't know. You tell me.
Right. Yeah, right. I think so. Okay, right. Never mind. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Watcher Trask looks over at North and Wilvan and says, "Oh, he doesn't like bugs, does he?"
Wilvan has a dagger in his hand. He has ever since he took his hands with Orgoth.
Okay.
And he says, "What did you?
Immediately understands.
What did you show him?"
He can tell you.
I mean,
I
we
wish I could
traded-
tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could tell you what I have. So it's well, maybe I should tell you so you don't, because you don't want the memory back, right? That's the whole thing. So I'll tell you what it is after we're done here. But I think it's got to do with Cael Morrow.
So can we trust each other now?
We do.
Good.
Just so you know, Axel, this is kind of breaking a little bit. I think that Twitch turned on ads, so I think there's an ad showing right now on Twitch.
Hold on.
I had it turned off, and so I don't know if we should keep going or wait for the ad.
I
to
think
finish,
Twitch
so.
got screwy because like it messed with our settings for
Yeah.
mods and stuff too. So
Yep, it really did.
Yeah.
effing Twitch.
Yeah.
Can we ask our audience if
I don't know. Is anybody? Is it showing an
board.
ad right now? Because they wouldn't be able to see. Is it? Let's talk in the chat.
I guess it wouldn't be live then.
Yeah.
It would be like a delay if we had to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I thought I had.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I
don't know what happens
I had
when
them
that
turned
happens.
off. So sorry. Okay. Anyway, it really is. I've got see if we get a response. The because this is the OBS, it'll be the OBS recording, so we'll get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the podcast. The he looks over at Wilvan holding the knife, the dagger. He says, "You attack me, you will be struck dead where you stand."
He meets his eye line, and he says, "Orgoth may trust you, but I'm not so sure yet." And he holsters the dagger.
Okay. The Watcher says, "We," I heard a squeak.
Sorry, it's my
Like,
it's my straw. It just squeaked against the bottom.
okay.
Yep.
The he says, now that we have come to an accord in that, champion, you are a watcher too.
Okay. Yeah.
We will provide information to you once we find out about it, and perhaps let you in on what the Cerberus Assembly wants with us once we find out more information from them.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be good because I'm like we're on the same team now, right? So, look, the Cerberus Assembly's not going to want to do anything good with the rudium that's down there, and I'll tell you this. I mean, from what I think about them, like from the little interactions we've had,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that if there was something really powerful down there that they could unleash and think they could use, they would do that.
Oh, absolutely, they would.
Like in a heartbeat. So
They want to study it. They want to. Here's the problem.
forget studying it. They want to use it to take down their enemies. Like study's schmutty. That's not those
They
guys.
think they're so powerful that they're above it. Absolutely.
And that's the problem we have with the Allegiance of Allsight, which is why are you working with them exactly?
I mean, it's more of a beneficial agreement than working with them. Honestly.
You don't care for them too much, do you? We do not care for them. They stick their noses where it does not belong.
As individuals, they're okay. As an organization, sometimes curiosity has consequences.
That's what we've been saying. We just tend to say it in language that makes some people a bit upset.
You tell them not to fuck around and find out?
We do the finding out part for them.
Oh.
I won't go into
That's-
details. You do not need to know. And I do not think you're that type of people, but
Absolutely not.
There are, I believe 8. No, sorry, I'm wrong. There are 5 annexes of the Cerberus Assembly here in Anchorel right now.
we've spoken to 4 of them.
There's some division among them.
What can you tell me about that? He seems very curious. He wants to know.
I'm gonna look over to Wilvan because that's what he discovered. So I'm not gonna.
Their leader, he says in quotes, for the time being, his name is Walcott. They're here on business under the instruction of the 8 proper mages of the assembly. They're looking for the ruidium, and they want to bring it back to the Empire.
All of it?
They asked for 10 pounds of it. Minimum.
That's, from what I know of rudium,
terrifying.
a small amount can replace a lot of spell components.
They're about to name a woman, one of the proper 8. Her name is Ravana Cross.
You see him taking notes. He's actually got a pad out and he's writing it down.
That's fine. They're here. Walcott, at the very least, is loyal to her. She's very dangerous. The other 4, I'm not convinced, are fully in the know of the entire plan. So whatever they tell you, if you speak to them again, you can probably safely assume that they don't have all the information. So whatever insight you have while they're speaking to you, they may be telling you their truth, but the Cerberus Assembly goes far deeper than that. They've got their roots deep in the Empire, and gods know where else. But I can assure you that if they get that ruidium, you will feel the effects of it here in Ank'Harel.
Have they been below? Do you know? Have they made it?
As far as we
Not-
know, not yet.
Not to our knowledge. I hope that we found them. Well, that we found you before they did. You know, or at least before they got information from you.
He nods.
I think it's not above them to level a city just to get to some delicious, delicious magical shit.
And that's what we're trying to stop. How powerful mages are they? Have you seen them in action?
Powerful.
Do they have any weaknesses? Let's just say that if I had friends who with certain abilities can easily sneak up behind somebody without them noticing. Do you think that we should be able to take them out easily?
I mean, I'm that kind of friend. And
The reason there are 8 of them is that where one has a weakness, the others make up for in strength. So it's difficult to pin them down.
And I'm sure they don't travel by themselves alone very much.
The 8, almost never. Annexes, often found in groups. Walcott seems to be a singular.
I don't know much about this Walcott. I've heard there was a mage at the embassy.
it's the one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Even the embassy's not exactly comfortable with having them there.
Do you have any connections at the embassy?
Maybe.
We tried to get a spy into a servant working there, but they were caught. Actually, they were never hired in the first place. They did not trust them enough and refused to hire them. Perhaps if you have connections, then you can find some things out for us.
Depends what you want to know. I would rather not squander these connections.
Of course, they're valuable. Knowledge is power.
I'd rather stay on their good side, you know? When information is willingly given.
Hey, you want to be smiling when you stab him in the back. Am I right?
Honestly, not really.
Here's another thing. We're about to up the price of the hit out on Galsariad. If you have connections with him and want to bring him to us alive, that might be a help with the back and forth that we seem to be having such a wonderful time getting to know one another.
Honestly, the last fight I got into with him was in Jorhas.
What was he doing in Jorhas?
Hanging out with a bunch of adventurers, looking for information.
Who are these adventurers? He is definitely prying for information. I mean, no insight roll needed.
Oh yeah, I'm just like,
Yeah.
They're victims of what is surely a well thought out plan. They're no danger to you.
probably
Yeah.
got manipulated into whatever he wanted to do. That's where I'd check first.
Galsariad has a very valuable magical item. And we want it.
Just quickly, Ron, is it the thing? Did Orgoth smash that thing?
Well, that
if I
thing, yes,
remember
yes.
correctly?
He seems to be talking about something else.
Like
Okay.
the pendant thing he stole? Is that the thing you're talking about?
That's what we gave him. But
Oh,
now that we
okay.
have, so he would know what rudium looked like. But now that we have a bond, a connection,
Yeah.
he was sent to capture an artifact,
What kind of artifact?
a jewel.
If we know what it looks like, we could maybe find it.
He said that it was a vestige of divergence. And that it had connections to Cael Morrow.
And what can he do with it?
Commune with the gods, I believe. What he told us. And that it used to belong to some warrior. He has not checked in quite a long time.
I remember him talking about something like that
What
back
did he
in
say?
Jorhas.
Oh. What did he tell you?
Not much, honestly. That it was important.
Yeah, don't you think that maybe like if you got like a hit out on him, he seems like a smart guy. He probably might have figured that out. So he's probably you're not gonna like find him. He's not gonna just walk in here or something, right?
Honestly,
So
he's still probably in Wildmount.
We've been trying to find him. We know that he used the teleport circle at the former location of the headquarters of the Vermilion Dream. Because our agent Alosia told us about it.
He's probably looking for the highest bidder.
If you find out any information about this jewel, or about Galsariad's whereabouts, we would be willing to pay a large amount of gold. And possibly magical weapons.
Do you need him alive?
We do need him alive. Well, we need to know. We need to question him. Afterwards, he can be dead. We don't care. Like, cut his throat. You can leave the killing to us. We're fine with it.
He can't be left to his own devices out there, especially with something that powerful.
It
Now,
might
how
be...
comfortable would you be with pulling back that hit and letting us handle it?
He kind of narrows his eyes. I'd like you to make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, wait, persuasion? That's a 24 again.
God damn it. Okay. He says...
I'm gonna pay it back next week.
Mhm.
I'm sure.
He says, somebody he trusts, or doesn't trust, but has a connection with. You could get close to him.
I mean, he left me for dead.
So you have reason to take him out anyway. Tell you what, we'll call off the hit. But if we do not hear from you within a week, it will be back on.
Might I suggest that whatever powers you have out on the hit, you redirect them to protecting Cael Morrow? Maybe send a few defensive measures down there?
Well,
If we can
probably
find a
not
way,
down there, but-
currently, the paths we were taking to get there have been blocked off. Well, I've never been there, so.
Well, this has been a very enlightening conversation.
I think we have come to an accord. Maybe a strained one, but
You got one of ours.
protecting the past is what we do. It just seems like we're on the same side.
Be wary
Voice-
of who you talk to moving forward. The assembly may come to you under disguise.
Are they known for their disguises? I thought mages were quite out there with their bravado.
Oh.
And
They have their secrets.
These bitches sneaky.
well
One
warned.
carries a pseudo dragon that I believe carries far more secrets than we even realize.
I remember it.
So they're in constant contact with one another, even if you don't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure your people know to keep their mouths shut.
Oh,
As
they know.
Wilvan looks around
Yeah.
at the holes in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we know. We silence those who speak out. Do not talk of us to anyone, or we will find out.
Who are you anyway? Don't know you. I'm gonna walk out.
And he just watches you go. Orgoth, as you're leaving and you look back behind the tower, make a perception check.
It's about 23.
Nice. Okay. You look at the tower and you look like around the third floor. You see like there's like cracks and everything, and there's cracks around a large bit of masonite that's just sort of like floating there. Like the tower is somehow being held up magically, and parts of the stone are just kind of floating in place.
Maybe not as fragile as I thought inside. Interesting. Okay.
Okay. The door shuts and you leave. Where'd you go? Away is the talk.
Yeah. Well, as we walk and talk.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I'll wait till we're.
Okay. And you manage to get away. You kind of go around a couple of corners. The guided district tends to be a little bit more open. There's like some trees in some areas and grassy fields and a little more open. But you get out of sight of the tower and away from people.
You sure you're okay, Orgoth?
Yeah, I'm fine. So, okay. So, what do you want to know? What the memory I got was? That's probably good, right? To know. So,
Good for you.
Watcher Trask's memory was him underwater, and he was swimming, and then there was like this red glow that was kind of far away, in front of him. But then, like, he gets bigger and he sees this big glowing red eye
Mm-hmm.
in the plants, and it's huge. It's like giant, like a big giant eye. And then he's like terrified, like this feeling just terror and a headache, and he like swam off and left his friends to die.
Okay.
So it sounds like there's something really big and bad, because I'm guessing that's Cael Morrow. Probably not a lot of places he's been swimming. Though 500 years, I mean, maybe. But the red light, the glow, like it all seems like kind of what we've already seen down there.
Yeah.
And this is what they're supposedly trying to release.
Well,
They don't want to release
trying
it,
to
right? They
keep
wanna,
it in, trying to.
Yeah.
Well, the Cerberus Assembly, I mean.
I don't think they're aware. I think they only see the iridium for what it is and want to have it for themselves, honestly. You know how mages can be sometimes when it comes to legends and mythologies and things like that. They're above that.
Well, they may release it accidentally then.
Yep.
We need to find
Yeah,
Galsariad.
I am not giving him to them.
You know where Galsariad is right now.
I absolutely. I know.
Well, you don't know
I'm
exactly,
not-
but you know he's underneath the wine
Yep.
cellar's estate,
Yep.
deep below, with the
Where
rest
did
of
you
the
speak to him?
rivals.
Where did you speak to him last?
It was a message spell.
Via sending.
Yeah.
In all honesty, he looks like he's been working hard on himself ever since he had a little brush with death. And
You
he's been
trust him?
helpful. He's been helpful. More like I see a kindred spirit. I understand some of the things he did.
And you're not willing to give him up for the sake of the world.
I don't think it's the sake of the world.
With the Cerberus Assembly, 10 pounds of iridium.
I mean, it's more like I'm not willing to give him up to some organization who's just gonna cut him up.
I'm sorry, North, I don't agree with you.
Well, but let's be. The other thing, though, they said is they want to know about the jewel, right? And
Well,
Galsariad knows, like, at least generally where it is, and that's
You
not going to go
guys.
so good if, like,
you guys.
he gets questioned by them, because he's going to cave,
Do
right?
you,
I mean,
do you mean the jewel that Laphus has?
yeah, of course. What? Like, if he says, "Hey, I know that person, like one
He's
of the
not-
four of them has it," then look, if we brought him, I'm just gonna. I mean, Wilvan, right? If we brought him in, that's what I'm thinking.
He's gonna break.
Right.
He's gonna tell.
And we can. Oh, he's gonna cave like a
He's gonna
brittle thing.
fold like a lawn chair.
Right. He's gonna fold like a bad hand at dragon poker. It's gonna be over fast. He can't stand up to what those guys are gonna do.
He gotta stay safe. He gotta stay away.
So, I mean, I don't think we could turn him in, because then they're gonna know that we've got that jewel, which is the thing they really
And
want.
then we just slide out of our asses to them, and we're gonna be in deep shit.
Did Wilvan know that Laphus has this? Me being gone for a month has me really fuzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's had it for a long time.
She basically the second she attuned to it, she put it inside the stitching of her body that was all stitched together. So,
Yeah, it's
Got
in
it.
her.
yeah.
Yep.
Like it's definitely not
She's-
out in
she's-
the open or anything. Nobody.
She's
can
been
see it.
having some rejects, but like she's fine.
Yeah, that was like
Make it
back in
curl, but-
Jorhas. I mean, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
We were gonna move it around, and then
North
basically
had it,
Laphus got it.
moved
and
it
was
to Wilvan. Wilvan moved it to Laphus, and Laphus went, "Hey, pocket space," and that's it.
I don't think I realized that was the same thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, at the very least, Galsariad's been down there and knows at least of a spot to tell the Cerberus Assembly.
He's not. He's Jorhasian. He's fucking nah. He's not gonna tell them anything. Or at least not under not under regular
Yeah, the
secret
Drow
circumstances.
tend to be anti-empire. You would know that.
Oh, absolutely.
During
Yeah.
war reports, you got Wilvan. Basically, just because the tension between the Kryn dynasty and the Empire, like the Drow were just basically kind of like on their no-go
They're just-
list. Yeah.
Then Galsariad and the Cerberus Assembly would be on the same page, because they're also anti-empire. A few sweet words, and Galsariad can, if he's that easily breakable, then the Assembly could break him too.
You just want him dead.
Or protected. I mean, like he's the weak link in this whole thing, right? Because we're all pretty convinced it's not going to take a lot to turn him into like to say whatever you want him to say.
I'd just send him away, honestly. I think he'd be safer somewhere else. And then no one finds him. But he's still kind of easy to contact in case we need information.
Wilvan kind of purses his lips and averts eyes to the ground.
Is there like more information he has?
I mean, he's been with them for a bit. We have one point of view on them right now, and it's theirs. I want to have the point of view of an insider who's been there and who's gotten out. You know, when you leave the cult, sometimes you have different points of view.
It did seem kind of culty a little bit.
It did
Talking to
seem
him.
kind of culty.
Every organization in Ankarel seems culty. They've all got their beliefs. Most of them believe the same thing under different pretense.
Mm-hmm.
Each of them has enemies. Each of them has followers. And they're picking us off one by one. You're with the Allegiance. You're with the Sentinels now.
Well,
I mean,
just like just so we could get in good with them. I mean, I'm not like they didn't give me a card or a badge or anything. I mean, we're more closely associated with the Alliance of Allsight. We have badges from them, and like, and Sword, we had badges. Like, we're kind of like just working with everybody. It feels like, except the Cerberus Assembly and
We're just whoring around. That's
the
what we're
Vermilion
doing.
Dream. Well, I think we're making good strategic moves to gain as much information against the enemy as we can. That's what it feels like to me. But you know, we're getting to the point where we've got to make an assault.
We can just get 5 partners in a night. That's it. That's what we do.
Orgoth's right. We have to make a move.
I have to go down there.
Yeah.
Well, and the day's young. Is the day young?
The day is actually probably afternoonish. Y'all were like doing stuff separately in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
And
yeah.
so it's probably afternoon.
The day's
Scratch.
like mid-20s.
Oh shit. Well then, before it turns to like the middle age crisis, maybe we should get some supplies.
Are these group sending stones? This is a secure line. We can tell Laphus where we're going.
Yeah, it's only for the 4 of us. Yeah, I mean whoever wears them, and so that's us. That's why, because it's got the logo. I made up a logo, like an icon. The F. It's like a forward F and a backward F for favored few. So it's yeah. I mean yes.
That's what it stands for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wilvan, make an Arcana check.
Ooh. 21.
I mean, they're secure in the fact that the owner of the stone is who gets the message. But if somebody steals a stone, you know, and attunes to it.
We should wait for Laphus before we go down there. The three of us may be outnumbered. In terms of, we don't know what's down there, except for this, what we've seen, and this massive creature.
Yeah, and the gray guys, right? That's what got in my head, and I think messed me up a little bit.
And the sharks.
And
the
and sharks, right? And a bar, apparently, right?
I need to go back there. There's still a few bottles that I need to take off her hands.
Well, would it make sense for us to like stage up down in the research center down there and
I mean, that
get
would
ready,
make sense.
and then when Laphus shows up, then boom, we go.
Could be doable. I'd like to stock up on some healing potions, though.
Oh yeah, how many of those do I have? I've got.
Orgoth starts looking in his bag. He's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
that's what I've been doing, and I'm like,
I know Wilvan had a lot, but then you handed them out, right? So let's see. I've got a water breathing potion. And I've only got one potion of healing. Oh no, wait, no. I mean, I have three. No, yeah, three. I have three of those left.
When did I put my water breathing
Potion
potion?
of
I
healing.
know I still have some, but where the fuck did I put that?
Yeah, I need to know
more.
who like has water
Wait,
breathing
oh.
abilities. So.
Oh wait, hang on. I have four. I have four of those water breathing potions.
Oh, I
Okay.
have 4 as well. Okay, they're right there. But I don't have any healing potions, so that's... I'd like to, stock up.
Wilvan pulls out 2 healing potions. One is regular, one's greater. He says, "This is all I've got." And this little baby. And he shakes up a little vial, which is a potion of hill giant strength.
Okay, so it sounds like we gotta maybe get some stuff.
Were you going to go visit Asta?
Yeah, we were going to do that as well.
That's at the Temple of Serenray.
Yep.
So you could get healing potions there.
Oh shit! 2 birds, one stone. I was...
Look at me
For a
being
moment
helpful
there.
as a DM.
aw."
Thank you, Ron. How are
You're
you gonna
welcome.
bitch slap us next?
Yeah, don't be fooled.
I'm always trying to trick you.
Well, let's stock up. And then we can go speak to those that are down there at the very least. Warn them who might be coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna go visit Asta and then get some potions there, right? Is that what we just?
What do
is
we
that-
want with Asta anyway? We just want to know if she's doing okay and if some fuckers from the assembly talk to her.
I think
Yeah,
that-
I think she.
Go ahead, sorry.
I thought she had some more information, maybe that she could give us, because she talked about like getting out from there, but then when she got up, she was in great pain, and because she had to use a teleport scroll, but I thought that she like maybe had some more stuff to tell us,
Maybe.
but after she got better.
I wouldn't mind meeting her.
So you head off to another area in the guided district. This is called the House of Revival, a shrine to the Dawnflower, who is Serenray. The House of Revival, it's only been around on Cael a few years. It's a small, charming building of cream marble and gold accents. There is an archway heading in, and the interior walls are painted in warm colors. The floor is covered in a soft plush red carpet. You smell incense and the faint aroma of honeysuckle. To the left of the entrance is a small pool of crystal clear water that almost seems to glow with a gentle light. The pool is shaped like a blooming flower with delicate petals carved of white marble. To the right side of the room is an abstractly carved depiction of a phoenix with wings outstretched, with a glowing, ever-burning flame above the 2 wings. As you come in, this elderly human woman comes in, and you've met her. Was it both Orgoth and North who's met her?
Yeah. We were in there because we had to. Yeah,
Carrier,
she had to go in the hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had to
Yeah.
just stage a whole kidnapping.
Mhm.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she had to go in the hole to start diagnosing
This is
her. And then I had to help put
This
her
is
out.
Firekeeper Sheila Saradin, and she kind of has a cane, comes in. It's like, oh, the people who brought dear Asta in. Welcome back to the temple. How can I help you?
Oh, hi, fire
Wilvan
firekeeper.
takes his hat off. Respect.
She nods.
We were wondering if Asta's doing a bit better.
She is gaining in strength. She is still. If you wish to speak with her, she is conscious. It will take some time for her to completely heal. It was quite a traumatic experience, and her mind isn't quite up to the task. She needs lots of sleep. Saren Ray, the dawn flower. I was thinking Phoenix. The dawn flower is looking after her. The light will shine upon her in her journey of healing. Let me show you to her.
Thank you very much.
And she takes you to a back room, and there's like a vestibule. All these vestibules, they have no doors, but like curtains, just little archways, and pulls a curtain behind, and there's a woman wearing a young woman in her teens, wearing a little nurse's hat and little cloak over, and she's sitting there reading in a book to Asta. Asta is Wilvan. She is a dwarf. Let me find this real quick. Okay, short, wavy red hair. Make a perception check, Wilvan.
That's an 11.
11. It's enough. To see this, you know, there's like sunlight coming in through the window. Her hair is bright red, but it seems to like reflect the light. There's something reflective in her hair that makes it glitter. And she's got her eyes closed, listening to the story.
As we enter the room, Wilvan hangs back behind the other two, just as a new face.
Mm-hmm. Asta, the nurse.
Hey, Asta, how you doing?
Oh,
Are you
hello.
feeling better?
She looks past you to Wilvan. Hello. I'm feeling much better. I'm still healing. How are you? How are things out there? I don't know if I ever properly thanked you for rescuing me from the Vermilion Dreams clutches.
I mean, it kind of started as, like, I don't know, we weren't sure. It seemed like you were in a bad place. So I'm glad it all worked out.
Who is your friend?
Forgive me, my name is Wilvan. I travel with these two and Laphus as well. Forgive me for not being present when they met you the first time.
It is okay. We all have our own path to take. Did they tell you about me? I'm looking at Orgoth and North.
I'm sorry to say.
We did a little bit. I don't know if you remember, Ross, but
I remember
like,
the name, but I don't remember like any of what happened or how she's hurt.
What we got across was that she was in the Vermilion Dream, and she was the first person to find rudium, and when she brought some back, she got really hurt and brought some back, and basically they just kept her in the tower. But that's kind of like I think what we got across to you.
She found a rift underneath the water and went inside it and pulled rudium like from this rift, and the pressure was so great that it crushed her, and she nearly died. Like her body was just like every bone in her body was like broken.
Um, this seems like a out of left field, but is there a glass of water next to her or
There is.
anything?
There's a pitcher with a glass of water, and there's like a wash basin.
To answer, Wilvan will step forward and um, he'll start as he starts speaking. He moves to put his hat on the table. He says, "They actually have. They've told me much about you, and it's been quite." Oh, and he knocks over the pitcher, and he says, "Oh, I'm so clumsy." He looks at the nurse. He says, "I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Would you mind
oh,
refilling
oh,
that
of
for
course,
us?"
of course. And grabs the pitcher. I will return momentarily. And
And his demeanor changes once the nurse leaves, and he says, uh, "They've told me enough. I know that you've done a great service for Ankarel and the world, and I see that you've experienced a great sacrifice physically as well. And I thank you, but I also wish you well in your recovery. But
just so you know, Wilvan, Ross, she wasn't Allegiance of Allsight. She was a spy for the Vermilion Dream. They would have
okay,
told you that. So
great.
yeah.
Um, and as he finishes that, he looks back at the other two and he says, "If you've got anything to say, she'll be back soon, I'm sure."
Um,
Asta, have you been visited by anyone else that isn't us?
I've been sleeping quite a lot. I have not had any visitors. Um, I
If
do remember. I don't remember if I told Ron. I don't remember if I told you this, but I remember after being going in and out of consciousness, I remember more of my ordeal. Um, I remember there being some sort of barrier. Like once I had pulled the red crystals away, um, there was this great black oily energy that covered the rift as I was being pulled away, and the people who were with me could not return.
huh.
Like there was some sort of barrier blocking the rift.
See, I'm just asking because some people have been trying to get down there and they do not have anyone's best interests but their own in mind. So I would very much appreciate if anything that happens down there that you've seen down there might be conveniently forgotten due to trauma or something.
Oh, so if somebody comes to ask, I should just say I don't remember.
Pretty much what I'm asking, yes.
Make a persuasion check. Actually, make an insight check.
Oh, the insight is not going to go well. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, 15?
Can others make insight?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna make that as well.
yeah.
Um, mine's a 22.
22. 15 is good enough, but Wilvan is really good.
Wilvan's just tuned
Yeah.
in.
Plus 11, baby.
She kind of like, when you say that don't say anything to anybody, you get the impression that she may have told somebody, but she's definitely was telling the truth about not having visitors. And what was the other role I was going to have you make, North?
Persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah.
Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. There we go. I'm paying for it. 11.
11, okay. She kind of nods, like she's a little bit confused about what you're asking her to do. Like, why don't you want any, why do you want me to keep this hidden? Actually, she says that out loud. Why do you not want me to tell anyone? Because it's dangerous?
Because there are some very dangerous people who would like to get their hands on the red stuff.
Okay.
And the red stuff is pretty fucking powerful.
north in Orgoth, you notice that the crystals in her hair
Mhm.
have grown slightly since you last saw her.
Consider what you've been through and apply it to everyone you love.
That's good. That's really good. I'm not even gonna have if you roll.
God dang.
Yeah, take inspiration for that. She says, "You're right. You're absolutely right. Of course." In fact, she says, "I did tell young Flora, who's been reading to me and watching over me the past few days." And she kind of mentioned, like, tilts her head, like you notice that her body, Wilvan, is like in like arms, like in casts, in braces. Her legs are completely like she's just immobile.
Mm-hmm.
The But she kind of like tilts her head toward the door where the nurse went through.
But you like told her the whole story about the oily stuff and the rift and.
Well, I was telling her about how pretty it was down there, how serene actually.
But like details, like I mean, pretty and serene is like
Well,
I was underwater
I was telling
and it
her
was
about
beautiful.
there was this really
Is one thing.
there was this really beautiful structure that it looked like a temple of some sort. The people I was with, they couldn't enter it. There was some sort of they were rebuffed every time, but not like this oily energy that was around the rift, but every time they tried to enter the temple, they were forced back by something.
Okay.
But that temple was kind of like on a hill in the southern part of Cael Morrow. But to the east of there, in the olden days, it must have been quite beautiful that there was just a ridge of nothing but houses overlooking the valley, and would have been overlooking the temple. Yes. You're muted.
I noticed. Does that ring a bell with what Ophiuchus told me?
Yeah.
Where he would live? Okay.
Yeah. It does.
Have you explored these houses at all?
I did not personally. I was more in the valley floor, trying to find out what the Legions of Oldsight were up to.
I am so tapped into Ophiuchus right now, just trying to see if he remembers anything.
Okay. No response. It's basically like he's basically like, yep, like nodding to everything she's saying. Yep.
Very useful there, sir.
Yeah.
So you've told the nurse everything?
I have.
Okay. Well, don't tell anybody else.
I won't. You've made that perfectly clear how dangerous it is. The nurse comes back with a pitcher of water and pours a glass, hands it to you, Wilvan.
Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
I'm all thumbs.
I'm so sorry about that. I'll get some towels to clean up this water. One moment. And she leaves again.
Well, and sets the water down. He didn't want it.
Okay. She thinks for a second. I was going to tell Firekeeper, but she did not want to know. She was like, she told me that it was not her business to know.
She's a smart one.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. I could.
Just focus on your healing, darling.
I can. I'm sorry that I told the nurse. It is quite clear that this is dangerous, and
We'll just have to talk to her, that's all.
I'm actually, with the fact that they were trying to hide me away, the Vermilion Dream were hiding me away from the world, just leaving me to die. No, it makes sense that there are spies trying to find out where I am. I'm in danger, aren't I?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably.
You're too clever for us to lie to you, honestly. You know what's up.
She kind of looks a little down and says, very well.
Is there somewhere you can go? That
She looks down at her
safe?
legs.
I mean, can you travel?
Arms who are like in
I
casts.
mean, can you travel? Oh, right. Yeah, right. I guess we can't. Not yet.
Only
Sorry.
if you can
Yeah, I
carry me,
forgot.
big strong guy.
Well, I mean, I can if you knew there was a place you could go. You're not that heavy.
The danger you're in is why your recovery is paramount. The sooner you get out of here, the sooner you can take care of yourself.
Yes, I agree. I'll concentrate on healing. The priestess here, the firekeeper, will take care of me.
Ron, as they're talking, can I leave the room?
Yeah. Do you want to leave the room secretly, or are you just kind of like walking out?
Well, who am I? Of course, I'm stealthing away. That's like,
Yeah.
that's my fucking,
Make a stealth
that's
roll.
my life right
Yeah.
there.
There's only 4 of us in here.
Yeah.
We might see you.
That's a nat 1, so I just
Yeah.
face plant. Okay, get
the
back
door,
up.
The door goes.
Going to the bathroom, and I'm just
You're
walking
like,
out.
you're like, boop, boop, boop. That's a closet.
Yeah. You actually tripped over the bedpan. Annoying.
Ah, shit! Well, definitely shit. Amazing. I'm going to go get that washed. Walk out.
Holding the bedpan. The nurse, Flora, comes up to you and is like, I can take that.
Okay,
I'm
thank
so
you
sorry.
very much.
And takes it and walks down the hallway.
I want to keep an eye on her,
Okay.
but also, 2 birds, 1 stone. Get those potions.
Okay.
But I definitely want to keep an eye on her, see if she's doing anything sus.
Okay. Make a persuasion roll. She seems to be just normally, she seems to be a bit young. She's young and clumsy. That's the impression you're getting right off the bat.
19.
You hear her go into a room, and a door opens to the outside, and she... you're not sure if it goes to a courtyard or anything, but you hear, the sound of running water, rinsing out something.
Cool.
As you're walking down the hallway to go talk to the firekeeper, you see a painting on the wall of the hallway, and it's like our founders. There's a little plaque, and it's a picture of a few years ago, Sheila, and she's right next to a gnome with platinum blonde hair and armor, and she's a gnome wearing just straight up gnome, and it looks,
Yeah, I know.
you know who it is. So yeah, Pike Trickfoot, but
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's just housekeeping. You keep going, guys. Just getting you your potions.
okay. 200 for, if you talk to the firekeeper, 200 gold for a potion of greater healing, and 50 for regular healing.
I don't have that kind of money for the freaking greater healing, because I made a big donation to this temple, actually. So
then
I'm
you
gonna
get
take
then
two
you get a
regular ones.
25%. You get a 25% discount on potions.
Amazing. So I'm gonna take a greater and a regular one.
Okay.
That's gonna be 200. Let's
Um,
go, baby. Oh no,
Asta,
not 200.
yeah, you
Go
figure
on.
out the math. Asta looks at the two of you and says, "What should I do?"
Just focus on your road to recovery. I'll talk to the nurse. And you stop doing that very thing.
She, I was like, no. She like nods and says, I will keep my mouth shut."
Thank you for all that you've done.
I didn't realize I was doing anything important at the time.
You set in motion something that needed to be done. We'll finish it.
Be careful.
You too. Get better.
Okay. The nurse comes back with a different chamber pot, puts it down in the corner, and says, "Is there anything I can get you?"
Do you mind if I have a word outside?
Of course. What relations are you to our patient here?
And Wilvan will step out of the room without answering. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's being very official, and
Okay.
he like opens the door and
Mm-hmm.
gestures the way.
She follows.
Orgoth's gonna hang back for just a second,
Okay.
and when they exit the room, he's going to step up close to Asta and says,
Okay, I have something for you.
and he reaches in his bag and he pulls out this little badge
Mm-hmm.
that and it has a little smiley face on it.
Yes.
And he says, okay, so you probably will be here for a while. And so this badge, if you think about it, you can make the expression on the badge change.
Oh.
Right. And he holds the badge and he like thinks, and it goes from a
Goes
smile to
smile.
a frown.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then smiley face again. He's like, so if you just wear this badge, like say it was a cute thing I gave you or something, that's fine. But if we meet again and like you can't tell us that something's wrong, like if someone's been trying to get to you or be pressuring you or they're feeding you bad food here or anything, right? And we see you, like, because we'll come visit again, like you can use the badge to like signal that there's like, you could change it from a smiley face to a frowny face. And then like, I'll know, like we'll know that there's something up. And without having to like say,
She nods.
we don't have to like,
says,
okay, good.
That's
okay,
quite
good,
smart of you, Orgoth.
So he's going to give her that badge that he got at some point.
Yeah,
I
just
don't know
pins
exactly
it
where
on
he
her.
got that. But now I don't.
Wilvan, you go out into the hallway with Flora, the nurse.
He'll shut the door and he'll make a display of looking down the hallway, make sure that she sees him do that.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Flora, is it?"
Yes.
He extends a hand. He says, "My name is Wilvan Grandmane. I don't know what you've been told, and I don't know how you were introduced to my compatriots, but he reaches into his jacket and he pulls out the duplicate badge of
Okay.
Jaman.
Okay.
And he says, I'm here under strict orders from Jaman Sword.
She, like, her eyes get wide. And she's like, I haven't done anything wrong, have I?
And no, I'm not saying you have.
Tears starting to come to the corners of her eyes.
But you understand the seriousness of the situation. I'm here under strict instruction. I'm doing an investigation right now. Asta's a big part of that investigation. Now, unfortunately, as you know, she's been through some serious trauma. She knows things that I need to find out, but she also is talking a little bit of nonsense that I have to sift through. I have to figure out what is correct and what's not correct. You
Of
understand?
course, her story seemed very far-fetched. An entire sea underneath
Yeah,
our city?
unfortunately, that's. He kind of chuckles and he says, "Some of the things I don't know where she's coming up with it, but what's
I
important
mean, the
is that
next
you
thing you
don't
know, she's
repeat
going to
those
talk about
things to anyone else."
mermaids.
It simply can't be explained. You understand as a medical professional that the that trauma can
Yes,
can bring out a lot of different manifestations in individuals, right?
of course, of course. And
Now, what she's been through, what she's seen, it's of great importance to Saord, and any sort
it,
of interference, any sort of and anyone else getting involved in this truly complicates things.
so
You
some of it could
understand
be
this, yeah?
true. Oh, this is.
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh,
Could be, it could not be. What's important here is that whatever you've heard, you keep to yourself.
I'd like you to
And I don't
make.
mean to say that you've done anything wrong.
I'd like you to make a persuasion roll.
I'll make what? Cool. As he's persuading, he says, "I don't mean to imply that you've done anything wrong because you haven't. But," and he kind of looks down and he says, "Now this is the part of the job I hate. If you find yourself getting in the way of this investigation," and he looks at his badge, he says, "I'm under strict orders to take action. Now, I don't want to take any action against you. I don't want you to get hurt.
Are you going to put
But
me in
you
the
find
Uber
yourself
yet?
in the middle of something that, well, that's up to you now, isn't it?" That that persuasion is a 22.
Okay. She nods
I've no
enthusiastically.
reason to lock you up,
I don't want to go to
and
jail.
I hope to not have a reason to.
I know I'm the oldest of two brothers and a sister, um, 4 kids, and my poor mother. I'm became a priestess to help support our city, support our family. I wouldn't want to do anything that would jeopardize that. I'm so sorry.
The responsibilities you have at home, those are your main concern. Asta in there, her life doesn't need to intersect with yours. All right?
Okay.
You're a brave individual. You're doing a great duty here on Cael. But in order to make this easy for me, and for yourself and for your family, I need you to, and he kind of zips his lips.
Of course, of course. I won't say.
You understand?
I won't say. I won't say anything. And she seems to be no insight check
Well,
needed. She's very nodding her head, like she doesn't want to get in trouble, but also she wants to be protective of her charge.
Now, I'm only one part of this investigation. We've got eyes everywhere, and we've got ears everywhere.
Does the enemy
And
have eyes everywhere?
I don't want to have to. You can almost guarantee it.
She looks scared.
Now, I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to come back here, and I don't want anything to happen to you. And he takes her hand, but he takes her hand with his non-tattoo
Yeah.
hand,
Yeah.
and he holds the badge in the other, and he says, "Under order of Jaman, do you understand?"
In the name of Soord, protector of the city of light, the city of our temple. She's like babbling a little bit, and she's like, "I understand."
Wilvan, he puts his tattoo hand under. He switches hands. He puts his tattoo under, makes sure she doesn't see it, and
Okay.
he gives her a tap tap on the very very like sensitive tap tap. He
Yeah.
says, "You're a good girl. Keep up the good work you're doing here."
Thank
Your
you,
service to
Mr. Grandmane.
Cael is... It's... You're an important part of of the machine. Thank you.
I'll protect her with everything I can. Us and the entire sisterhood here.
He'll take it upon himself to open the door for her and just kind of like tap the back of her back and
Mm-hmm.
send her on in.
You
And-
see her go to the like.
Orgoth,
Yeah, okay, in the back.
That's it.
Oh, okay, Wilvan.
And you see her go to a bookshelf, and she's like, "No more fairy tales for you. Something a little more grounded." And pulls out like another book.
Oh no, you just took away the fairy tales.
And on the way out,
then
Orgoth will turn to the nurse and look at her saying,
It has been very nice to meet you.
and he's like super present. like
Yeah.
he always is.
Yeah.
And she can take that however her state of mind decides to take that. But he's like,
It has been very nice to meet you.
And she looks at your eyes, like looks at you, and like she's like nods. It's like, good to meet you. Okay. And she sits down, opens the book,
as
takes the water, and
as
like,
Orgoth comes out of as Orgoth comes out of the room and she follows him, like watches him leave, he passes Wilvan naturally, and if her eyes shift back to Wilvan one more time, he's got the door in his hand.
yeah.
He just does the zip lip one more time
Mm-hmm.
and then shuts the door.
Great job. Nice. Good job.
He looks
Ross.
up at, he pockets the badge. He looks up, pockets the badge, looks up at Orgoth. He says, "I don't think she'll be saying anything."
God.
No, okay. Wait a minute. Did you? And he Orgoth things in. Did you just bad cop? That's your bad cop look. Did you just
Well,
bad
no.
cop?
and he
He'll
kind of
wink.
like gives Wilvan
That's
like a little punch on the shoulder, and he's like,
It's really good to have you back.
And you meet North out in the
Guys, I'm still
vestibule.
fucking poor. I only got 2 potions, so if you want something, Orgoth, get it yourself.
Okay.
Orgoth will go in and he's like,
Yeah. How much are potions?
50 gold for a regular and 200 gold for a greater.
Okay, I'm gonna take.
Oh, and you get the disc. You get the what I say, 25% discount.
25% discount for me for
Yeah.
spending like 75 gold here.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well, I've got. See, so 30. I'm gonna take a greater and 2 lessers,
Okay.
or 2 normals, I guess. Right, 2 regulars and a
Mhm.
greater. So that's 300 minus
we'll all go
25.
with
So, however much that is.
We don't have a Paul Gary to do math for us quickly.
225,
Well,
let's go.
Yeah.
yeah, it's Tito. No, I Bill knows what it is. Orgoth doesn't know what it is. And I'll take it out for myself.
Okay.
Wilvan went with him, and he'll buy 2 regulars.
Okay.
I guess at full price since he didn't make a donation.
The firekeeper comes up to you and says, how is she doing?
Who did she come up to?
Just all 3 of you. Because she's the one actually like giving you
Oh,
selling the potions to you.
got it.
Yeah.
I mean, good. She looks like she's doing better. I know it's going to be
I
a
think
long journey.
It
of
will be a
healing,
long
but-
journey. She's healing, but hopefully she will be more comfortable soon.
And she's far better off in your care than without it.
I don't believe those bastards in the Vermilion Dream were actually taking care. I'm taking that back because did y'all tell her that the Vermilion Dream, like, did you tell her the whole story, the Firekeeper?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. That just can't.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we've been pretty secretive
Yeah.
about things, but we came in under very suspicious.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do.
circumstances.
She's going to say, she has told me a little bit about, and I know that she was a former a member of the Vermilion Dream. That's all I know. But if they were the ones who did this to her, I hope somebody can do something to take care of that organization. He looks a little bit upset. I have been tending to people my entire life, and I have not seen somebody in this state of despair and agony for my entire life.
We all have our parts to play. You continue to do yours and leave the rest to us.
She nods. And she hands you another regular healing potion for free.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right. You take that one, Wilvan.
And where would you like to go from here?
Hold on to it for now.
Okay.
I guess we can just go have a little resty rest before. Hopefully, Laphus comes back before we have to go down there.
Okay. You're going to leave the
Unless
next...
you guys have anything to do.
No, not really. I figured we'd be going down. I mean, we've got like a week and a day before the big tournament. I don't think we have time to practice, and Laphus isn't here anyway, so.
No, and we really have to solve whatever is going on down there before we take on these Cerberus fucks.
Yeah.
I want to make them cry for mommy. Is it bad that I want to make them cry for mommy?
No. I don't think so. Yeah, so let's go back to the Cool Flame.
Okay.
Have dinner.
So you have, just to push through a little bit, you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Kind of like, it's relaxing. There's more people here. Pollux's songs are doing great to bring in business. And
Run through the evening.
Yeah.
If it's possible, can I sneak out real quick?
yeah, totally. Where do you go?
Keep going.
Okay,
I want
okay.
to go find Prolix, see if he still has a third level.
Okay. He does.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna write down.
You want this to be a secret? Okay.
Yeah. Go have a secret meeting with your boyfriend, North.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make him very happy.
Okay.
What the fuck is going on?
And that
Well,
night,
I don't say that, so that was my fault.
that night you, it's a very calm, kind of quiet night. Nothing happens. The big bouncers. Let's see who's on duty. Erdian Bearheart, a male dwarf, him, is in the bouncer for the evening. Like black, long hair.
Have we met him yet?
No, you have not. Big black beard.
Oh.
Burly.
Oh.
Like he has like big hairy arms, muscular hairy arms.
I am
That's a guy that
Orgoth
we love
Skullcrusher.
I am Erdian
current
Bearheart.
champion.
Oh, nice to meet
Oh,
you.
it is good to meet you. Yes. Another champion, I am sure. We are greatly blessed and protected by having the Brotherhood of Champions, or the Peoplehood. I'm really not sure what that is, but
We are the champions.
Coalition. Yeah, we are. Ha!
Wilvan, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
That's just a guy that Wilvan's gonna avoid. So
Got it.
when Orgoth goes up to him, Wilvan will just like sip on a
Disappear.
beer.
Got it. North, you send your message.
Yes.
Okay, and you come back, right?
Yeah, I'm just honestly like, if there's like anything going on in the tavern, I'm gonna use that to just slip out and then slip back in.
Okay.
And I am counting my words right now.
Okay.
So
The next morning, yeah, it's easy peasy. Nobody notices. The next morning you wake up, you're preparing for the day. Let me see who the message is going to go to. It's going to be...
Hey, Ron,
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Very quick.
Yes.
Is it just that memory or anything that then
It's
like
just that specific
associated
memory,
with the memory?
like the actions of that memory. So like that little period of time.
Right, but like not think like obviously up to that point he remembers.
Yes.
But if there's things that followed because of the memory, is it just like
You still
that
have.
also...
It's not like time has been rewritten. Like there's.
Okay.
You remember being sad and really like depressed, but you don't have a reason why you were depressed. Kind of. You remember
Right.
the feeling of being sad.
Okay, but I don't know why I was sad, and
Yeah.
so I'm not really sad about
Yeah.
that because I don't know what it
Yeah.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You remember being sad. You may not feel sad right now. So play that
Right.
how you will.
Okay, no, that's good. That's
yeah.
good. All right, thank you.
The okay, let's see. North. You get a message from Galsariad. This is why I was kind of waiting to
I
see.
was sending to him. Just give me a sec.
Okay, it's 6:27. Time check.
Yeah. Just there we go. I sent
Okay.
it to you over Discord.
Okay. Message back from Galsariad.
Mm-hmm.
I would be careful, except that we are in a lot of trouble. I think we need help. Ah.
No, babe.
Babe. And that's where we're going to stop for the day.
Gonna look over at Prolix
the
like, how many A's was it?
This was like in Prolix's voice. He's kind of screaming in pain. I don't know. It's kind of all as one word. It's very confusing. So.
Okay, and we know that he went through he didn't give us any location. We just know that he went through the cellar.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Wilvan, what are you saying?
Nothing.
Okay.
It wasn't important.
Okay. Great job, everyone. We made it.
Woo!
I sure thought that we would get shot at some point.
They were ready. I was ready for a combat, actually, honestly. So.
Me too.
Yeah. You'd been like punch that wall and be like the rock comes out and just floats back into place.
Yeah, that'd have been sad.
Yeah.
That'd have been sad after all my planning.
That would have been so funny.
Yep.
Well, let's go around and do a wrap up.
Hey everybody, this is Bill. You can find me, I don't know, somewhere at Bill Roper or at Bill freaking Roper. And of course here every week. I am also doing an extended guest appearance, which is super exciting, over on Emporium for the Wayward Gamer. We are playing next week, the 6th, I think it is, on a Wednesday, like after this show. So I just get like boom, 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 big full days of playing, which is great because I'm helping fill in a lot of, they're in their 3rd season, and my character is based on things they did in the 1st season. So I'm filling in all these
Details.
weird tiny-whimey gaps, which is super fun.
Awesome.
And commonly at the end of an episode, they're just like all, oh God, that makes so much sense. So it's been a real delight to be a part of that and kind of working cahoots with Jay, the GM over there. So please check that out. And they do some great storytelling. And this is great. Oh my God, I love having Papa Wilvan back. So good, so good.
The mustache man. Folks, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in, whether it was live or whether you're doing it via podcast. I'm Ross. I've been playing Wilvan. You can find me on Instagram at GriffRM. I'm gonna push the Patreon like we do every week. We have a lot of cool stuff in there. We have several tiers that you can get on board with. And if you're listening and if you are a Patreon member, if you're not a Patreon member, that's okay too. But if there's something in our Patreon that we're not giving to you, if there's something that you think could improve upon, we can improve upon, or something that you want from us, feel free to reach out. This is a call to action. We're here for you, and we do it for you. So if there's anything you want to see from us, if there's anything that we've done maybe one or two things of that you want to see more of, let us know, because we like to play, we like to do this, and if we can give you what you want, that's the goal. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for being here, and just take care of yourselves this winter season. It's a season of the blues for a lot of us, me included. So do what you got to do to get through, and drink some water, take care of yourself, and find your community. And if that's us, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Hey everyone, this is Jaime. I've been playing North the Eladrin Roguelocke. I could finally manage to say it without sputtering like a dumbass. This is great.
Good job.
You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Blue Sky at SteelcladVicar. I almost said my old URL. That's nothing ever goes smoothly around here. Dang. Usually I plug the Patreon, so you know what? We got a Discord server that you can find if you check out the Twitter page. It's linked up there in the link tree. And you know what? Just thank you for joining, whether it's live or it's on the podcast or on the VODs. We're always happy to see you here and to hear your thoughts. So thank you, and see you next time.
And my name is Ron Murphy. You can find me on Twitter or Blue Sky at Ron88Keys RBDM. Quick word, we're not going to be here next week. I'm in Tech Week for a high school production of Chicago that I'm playing piano for. So no show next week. But hopefully we'll see you week after, and then it'll be like a Christmas break, I think. But anyway, follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube at Severed Sons D&D. You can find the Severed Sons Rime of the Frostmaiden podcast on any podcasting platform. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, Gang Critical Role, and to all our listeners, all our fans. Keep on rolling, everyone, and bye, y'all!
See you later.